Hello folks, welcome to my case study, EDL 850 by Rich Kolka. Here is what we know. The case takes place at Roosevelt High School. Roosevelt High School is a very affluent area with many professionals that include doctors, lawyers, and partners, some investment firm people, and Dr. Forbes is the principal at the high school. He's very well respected by the public and has won an award for being an excellent principal. He recently hired Miss Walker, who is now in her second year, and that's where the case study will begin. Here is what we know about Miss Walker. She runs a tight ship in class. She seems incredibly serious and delivers information in a way that creates stress for the students. They're always competing for the best grade, mostly because she has some of the smartest students in the school. She currently has opened up a website and feels threatened by the contents on the website. That is currently what we know. Here is what we need to know. First, we need to know who wrote or created the web page. We need to get our tech department on that, backtrace some IP addresses, or any other information that we can come up with in order to find who created this page if possible. Secondly, we need to know who commented on the web page. So there's a person who constructed it and the rest of the people who commented on it, which we'll be able to track their whereabouts as well. Third, we need to know what the specific wording was on all the comments. Ms. Walker states that they want her dead, or in her words exactly, they've threatened to kill me. But did they really? The text states that they want her to disappear. There was no mention of kill or die. Lastly, I'd like to know how exactly she's going to get to school when she's staying at her mom's house, which is 3 hours away, and it's already in the evening. She's going to drive 3 hours out, drive 3 hours back? I'm not buying it. The problem at hand here is that a professional feels threatened from the website. To quote her, she is horrified by the action. Other people involved in the website and email are referencing her to disappear. The principal dismissed the site as a prank. This could be a problem if there was actually any action taken on the teacher at a later date. Kind of like a bomb threat. Everyone knows it's really not a bomb, but you have to do something about it. Here's my plan of action. First, contact the district's technology coordinator. Let's get on those traces and try to find out who these people are. Next, contact the local authorities. Let them help us in the investigation of this matter. Next, offer some sort of sympathy for Miss Walker. She's obviously in a bad state, so let's be a little sympathetic or empathetic to her situation. And lastly, print off hard copies of the email and webpage immediately in case someone gets wind of the investigation and goes to delete it. My next step would be to convene with the other administrators to see if they have any information on which students may have a disdain for Miss Walker. Explain the situation, get them all up to speed of what happened, show them the printed out website or the active website if still active, and then interview all the students you can about the situation right away in the morning in separate rooms so they can't converse about it later. Implementing the plan. I would not wait until morning to contact all the necessary people to get the ball rolling here. I would contact the district coordinator for technology that night. Try to reach them as best as I could. I would also print the page immediately that night so I don't lose the evidence. Next, I would contact the authorities that night as soon as I was contacted by Ms. Walker. Most principals I know have the local police personal cell phone numbers in their cell phone, or the local person who's in charge of the district, in charge of supervising the district. I would call them immediately and not wait until tomorrow. I would then notify the other administrators in the building or text them by email, however it might be, to let them know we're going to have a meeting right away in the morning to get there at a specific time, whatever time would be applicable for this opening of school. In this meeting, we would extrapolate all we know about the angry students and Miss Walker's relationship. After the other administrators are on board, we would decide to pick about 3 or 4 main questions we're going to ask every student. We'll keep track of them by taking notes, and we'll interview as many as we can separately and find out what they know. To resolve the issue, we're going to need that information from technology, and we're going to need it pretty quickly. So hopefully they're able to dig up something in IP addresses or email addresses they're able to track back to who it might be. Once the situation is no longer volatile, you have a conference with Ms. Walker and discuss why her students may feel the way they do in her class. I would offer additional strategies in her class to increase positive interactions with the students and continue to keep up on her to see how she's doing. Once the conference with Ms. Walker is over, I have a few options I'd like to implement for Ms. Walker's class. Weekly observation of some sort for Ms. Walker that would include me as the administrator, a walkthrough team, or maybe a simple self-reflection sheet that she can hand in to me. Debriefing this case was kind of interesting for me. Actually, I was thinking this could happen at any day. I can't tell you how many times someone's written an email to me that says they don't like me or something I've done mostly sports related, but this could happen to anyone, anywhere. I was also feeling that Miss Walker has overreacted to a stupid website that she obviously should know is a prank. But like I said before, you have to take it serious. Maybe she's never dealt with something like that before. Some unresolved issues I'd like to see get an end to them. Or what were the exact words or verbiage on the email or website? I need to see that. How does Miss Walker teach? What were her observations like? What kind of scores, kind of comments did you have in there for the observations? How many complaints have been there against Miss Walker for the last 2 years she's been there? What were the nature of the complaints? That's the info I'd like to know. The following 3 points is the way I felt I demonstrated a sense of integrity and ethical behavior. It includes contacting the district technology department, contacting the local police department, and printing off hard copies of the website. The next 3 points are how I feel I treated people fairly, equitable, and with dignity, interviewing all possible perpetrators, speaking to Miss Walker herself and assuring her it'll be okay, and separating the possible suspects to all different administrators so we're all involved. The last 3 points emphasize how I demonstrated a personal and professional code of ethics, involving the other administrators in the case, acting immediately upon receiving the information, and alerting all parties that could have the potential to help us out and help us solve this issue. Thanks, folks. Looking forward to another great class next semester. Take care.